potting shed at Organic Gardens. Obviously, you know, I'm going to welcome you all anyway, and recap what we had done. But we've had, you know, I suppose nothing's really changed from the last day, but more and more and more people are interested in growing food, and I can see that online, and loads of people have been messaging me, so it's been great. It's been hopefully, finally, we've had this massive switch on that we need to start looking at local food growing and going really back to basics. So I'll recap what we did the other day. I think I kind of flew past it all because probably a bit nervous as well. So when I was doing the seed sowing. So today we're going to look at very basic seed sowing, because hopefully most of you are coming at it for the first time, and if not, you can watch along anyway. We're going to then look at our potatoes, because it's St. Patrick's Day was yesterday, and traditionally that's the time when we start planting our early potatoes. So we're going to look at growing potatoes, and also we're going to look at tomatoes and transplanting our tomatoes, because my tomatoes, I sowed them a good few weeks ago, so now they're ready to go on to the next stage. Now if you haven't sown any tomatoes yet, you can still do it. You still have time, probably coming near the end of time, but I like to get them sowed a lot earlier, because we've just found that our summer ends quite abruptly and the tomatoes are all still green. So if I plant them a wee bit earlier under a heated mat here, then I find that we're getting red tomatoes in the summertime earlier. So, but you don't need a heated mat. You can start them on a windowsill. You can start them, you know, just in your kitchen, because they do need that warm temperature of about 16 degrees to get germinated. But growing them on your windowsill is fine. It's perfectly doable. And then we're going to look at maybe some other plants. I'm just going to maybe pick a few varieties or plants or vegetables every time I do this, and give you some advice about their growing conditions, what they like, and how best to look after them through the growing season. So March is a busy time now. We're in the second week of March, so we'll be flat out sowing all different varieties, and I'm going to tell you as well what you can and should be sowing now this week and next week. If you need seeds, let us know. If you need plants, let us know. But you can also check out Irish Seed Savers, which are based in County Clare. They still have got stock available, but everybody's going to be looking for it, so get on the ball quickly. Also, you've got other options as well. Greenhill Farm is John Riley, based in Ashone. He still has some compost and seed compost and things like that. So I can give out the details in a while, or you can PM me for his contact details. Okay, so what we're going to do is start off again just quickly with seed sowing. And the last day I did this, I had the fancy trays and everything like that, and I joked and I says about the toilet roll, but the toilet roll is actually a really good starting point for your seeds. And as you can see there, I've got from Christmas celebrations. This is all the toilet rolls that we've gone through in the last few days, and so I am definitely not taking any more. But this is our toilet rolls just sitting in the pot or the tin, and I've just filled them up with some soil, as you can see. Now, people were asking me, do you need seed compost? No, you don't need seed compost, but the reason I was saying is the seed compost is not as heavy of a feed in it, so it's basically, it gives slower growth. I find slower and stronger growth. But if you only have access to multi-purpose compost, you can use that too, but just don't let your plants get too leggy. If they are shitting away off, you can do what I said and turn them around. So basically, if you were growing them and they're all going towards the light, then you can continually turn them back again. If you've grown them on a windowsill and they're growing up towards the light, turn them around, and they'll have to take all that action and energy into going that way, so that you can slow them down by doing that. So, but you can use multi-purpose compost, but if you're multi-purpose compost, you're also going to have to use a little riddle or a sieve, like a yeah, maybe that's too, like I've used this before, just a kitchen sieve. You know, I've got, because of the fact that there'll be bigger bits in it and you don't want bigger bits, so you can go through the sieve. Well, maybe that's too fine, but I do have a bigger one, so it'd be that size of a hole that you're looking for, but let's not go there. But you just need to take out the big bits out of the soil, because as the little roots try and get down and through the soil, they're going to they might hit an obstacle and it slows them all down. So if you are using multi-purpose compost, then just try and sieve it out if you can in any way, or just pick out the big bits. You can do that too. So anyway, I've got the toilet rolls. Okay, I've got the toilet rolls filled with the soil, and then I'm just going to come along and start sowing. Now, the last day I was talking about the size, the depths that you sow the seed. So between 3 and 4 times the size of the seed is the depth. So I'm going to use, just for the purpose of this, we're going to sow some mange tout. I always think of, you know, Only Fools and Horses when I say mange tout. Mange tout Rodney. Oh god, I'm about to lally now. Anyway, mange tout, originally from Switzerland. This very tall, vigorous plant produces wonderful pink magenta flowers, an abundant, delicious crop. Highly recommended. So in modules or directly into the ground in March or early June. So I just start them in the ground, or in modules. Sorry. See, I can't multitask very well, Del Boy. Yeah, that's right. So when I'm reading these, I kind of get distracted. Oh, look at that now. I'm just going to show you how the weather changes here. Can you see? So I think it's half between hail and rain. Oh dear. Come on, spring, where are you? We need you now more than ever. Right, okay, so I'm just going to, as you can see, these are the mange tout, and we're going to go in about between 3 and 4 times the depth of the seed, the size of the seed. So you're just popping them down. And I'm using, this is called a dibber. A dibber and a riddle, just two of my favourite words. And I'm just going in. And you can get the kids too, if you want to, you know, if you have really young kids, you can ask them to show you your wriggly fingers, and you can say, show me your wriggly fingers, and they're generally going to go down to their first, where the first bend is for peas. So you can make it a bit of fun for them as well. Alright, so we're just going to pop the mange tout in there. And I'm not filling the soil right to the top, just to give them a wee bit of protection as well. But you can, if you wanted, to go right to the top, but it's not necessarily that they have all that soil. What we're going to be waiting for to plant them out, we're going to be waiting obviously for the weather to get better. This time next year, rudders. I know, I watched it last night. Of all the things you think you'd be doing on St. Patrick's Day, I was watching Only Fools and Horses. But I do love it. So another wee bit of soil, if you think that you're just not covering them over properly, you could pop a wee bit of soil on top. Okay, I'm just going to show you now what we're talking about. So if you can see that, I put the seeds in. I put the seeds in here, just have them down, and then you're just going to cover them over. Now this will go for any type of seed, but as I say there, if you're dealing with very small, hi Fiona, if you're dealing with very small seeds, then you might want to put them onto just the surface. So some seeds are so small that even if you sneeze, they'll blow away. God, you can't say nothing. If you're out in the wind or anywhere, they'll blow away. Now, if they're very, very tiny, you might want to just put them on the top. You hear of a thing called vermiculite. But again, it's difficult to kind of, it might be difficult to get if you're, you know, if you're mad into growing. I'm just getting it here for you to show you what the vermiculite looks like. Vermiculite is it's called mica mineral. It's called a mica mineral. This is it here. It's like nearly like gold. And I buy it because then you can put it on the top of your seeds. It allows lighting, but it still kind of gives them contact with the soil. So you can get it from Fruit Hill Farm, or you can get it from just your garden centre. You'll see it in a little bag. Could I cut the toilet rolls in half? Yes, of course you could cut the toilet rolls in half. But when I'm dealing with peas or beans, the roots are going to go down quite quickly. And I'll show you that now in a second, because I've got, when we talk about transplant in a wee minute, I have this full tray, you can see that properly, of peas. And if you look round at the back, look at the roots. Look at the roots all sticking out already. So maybe if you're dealing with peas or beans, to leave them in the long toilet roll, because they'll go down quite quickly. And you want them to stay in here until the weather changes, you know, kind of until they're ready to be planted out. So as long as possible. The benefits of using toilet roll is when they are ready to be planted out, you can just take the whole toilet roll and be very careful lifting it out of the pot like that. At that stage it'll have rooted. Oh, maybe you lost me there. Oh. Somebody said they lost me. So I hope I'm back on now, am I? It's all going very quiet. No, you're still there. Okay, grand. Don't want to lose anything. So you've got it like that, and when you're planting out now, in a couple of weeks this will all have gone a wee bit. Won't look as pretty as this, because you will be watering. You'll be watering it a bit. But when you go to plant them out, you're going to plant the whole lot under the soil. Now, I'm not in the garden to show you this, but if you can imagine me now planting my peas or my beans, and I would maybe have dug up a long ridge, maybe the same size of the toilet roll, and I'm just going to pop them into the ground. So you don't need to even worry about taking them out of the toilet roll, and you can just leave them into the soil. The toilet roll eventually will break down, and the roots can do their thing and get into the ground. So it really is a great way to do it, and I should have mentioned it earlier. But so that's, for instance, that's what you, for peas. Now, at this time of year, these are things that you could be sowing now. And I forgot to mention the last day, and it was up on my wall. This is the Seed Savers. I don't know if you could see it. The Heritage Gardening Calendar. No, hold on. This calendar here. So you can see these online and things like that, but there's a calendar of when things need to be sown, and I showed you the last day on the Grow Veg. So a lot of people I've just lost a lot of numbers there. I don't know if it's, no, okay. So anyway, the growveg.com, the garden planning app that I was using, maybe it's whenever I move that, is it dropping out? Anyway, just give it a wee minute there, because as we are live, I don't want to lose anybody. Okay, I'll keep on chatting anyway. I just lost all my numbers. sometimes our internet drops, and unfortunately it's just where we live and the weather, and these things just happen. So if I have just lost you, I apologise for that. Anyway, so I'll keep on talking to the people that are there. That's what we would do. Now at this time of year, the plants that you could be growing are any of your herbs. Really, you could be getting a start on them now. So your herbs and things like that. I'm just going to check my internet signal. Oh, we're back again, are we? What's wrong? What happened there? Sorry about this. Right, I'm getting wee tears. Send me a message if you can still see this, if it's going all right. No. Okay, well maybe we'll try and move my signal. Watching. Right, well. Okay, well maybe it's getting better now again. But I'm after losing away at the welcome back. Am I there now? Sorry about that, folks. We can only blame the internet, but the internet's doing so much for us at the minute. I'm not really going to get angry with it. So I'll keep yous over here. Maybe that's better. Okay. So I had got to the point that we were just sowing the seeds into the little pot, or into the tin, through the toilet rolls. So what you want to be doing now is you want to be waiting for growth, obviously signs of life. So get your label and mark on your label what you've just sown and the date that you've sown it, so you can keep an eye, and then give them a watering, and then you're just going to really wait. Patience is the virtue. Okay, so